welcome to another episode of the GameSwift Townhall. GameSwift Townhall, I love this name. Hello,
We need to
Pan.
pivot maybe into the crypto news town hall to make it more general because we have so much to share, so much to discuss. It is so much going around in the crypto sphere. By the way, I need to admit, yesterday I was crying, seeing all the bloodbath around the crypto altcoins market. I was literally crying, seeing all our hard work going into the trash. And we can perfectly see this on the chart. There was a massive dump here, and everybody thought that it is over, we are going to zero. But suddenly today, guys, there is a new bullish information. It looks like CPA data is better than expectations. Then in 2 hours we are going to have FOMC decision, and Bitcoin is back to the pump. And to be honest, I think a lot of people felt like this, like Joe Biden here. Imagine that you sold the dip, right? And now everybody's having party around you, but you are like Joe Biden, and you're like, oh, what the heck? So Bitcoin is pumping. Oh my God. I screwed it up. Yeah, so that's exactly how crypto people can feel. Let us know whether you are present on the chat. Hello, Yellow Boy. Hello, Crypto Shinobi. Yeah, too much bright. Yeah, so there is too much bright for me, guys. So I'm going to make it better. Yeah, now it's even better, right? Or maybe not. To be honest, I am not a physician and I have no idea how to operate with light. There's echo. There's echo, or pogłos in Polish. Can you hear it, Kubasku?
I can hear you. It's not the best quality, but maybe it's on my side too.
It's not the best quality. I have a very good microphone.
In terms of, yeah, it's fine. It's fine, man. I don't see any
let me
echo.
put on the speakers, and it will be perfect. Okay, Chris 79. By the way, why you are 79? I'm not. Your net is slow, mate. My net is slow, mate. Maybe your. I wanted to say your mother is slow, but this is. I spent too much time with Kubasku. You need to know that Kubasku. How to say? You like to joke from your opponent's mama, yeah? It was the case. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
and I remember when we've been staying in front of the queue in anticipation to buy some kebab, and one of the men in front of us said something is smelling really bad. Something is smelling like a shit. And he said, it is her mama. It is her mother. And he was so pissed that he literally almost punched Kubasku in the face. He didn't understand that it was a joke. So guys, we need to be open. We need to be very understanding for our jokes. Please don't treat anything on this show as financial advice or financial offense. Let's get ready to the rumble. Welcome everyone on the chat. I see also some new faces. There is C, for example, Kung Fu Pae. It is the one flooding my net connection. I'm really pissed. Kubasku, how do you feel today?
I would say I feel as low as the US inflation annual rate, which actually slowed to 3.3% in May, which is quite a nice sign in these unsure economic times right now. That's one of the things, but it's not true that I feel low. I feel way better, way higher than the US inflation right now than Joe Biden for sure, especially when you see those pics videos. Man, I like the guy. I like what he did in his life, but he's really too old to be the president of the biggest power in the whole world. It's as a politician, you not only need knowledge, experience, good looks. He has it, but you also need to have this power, the streaming out of, so to say. And he just doesn't have it because he's like an old grandpa. That's my personal opinion, but I think you all feel this.
I'm not jealous to any American citizens to have such a choice between Donald Trump and Biden. But what can I say? It's not better in Poland, guys. So we don't need to be worried. Recently, we had elections in Poland for European Parliament. How do you feel, Kubasco, after the results? It looks like Europe is pivoting into the right wing, right? From the socialists into the more conservative one. I'm really curious.
Yeah,
What's your take on that?
but I wouldn't say I didn't expect that. We all expected that, you know. The world is changing. In Europe, we have our problems. We made some bad decisions, good decisions in terms of migration. I just want to say that, first of all, this is a typical political change. Swift, that the political scene is swifting from the left to the right. So this is like a process like bears and bull markets in crypto. Second of all, you know, we've seen that there was more and more of this anger among the Western population against the current economic situation, all due to actually moving the production from the Western countries to
I think Kubasco, that's the
cheaper.
reason. That's the reason.
I mean, if you want to simplify things a lot, then you can say that it's the fault of migrants. But there are some bigger economic swift shifts behind that, you know, because basically what happened is that we moved all of the production in the West to the countries where the production is cheaper. People lost their jobs, especially like lower middle class people, and they started to feel that they cannot afford having lives like their parents did, and this is actually one of the results. People are getting frustrated. People are earning less. They can afford less. And we're talking millions right now. And these huge numbers of Western societies right now are showing their orange card to the current liberals, neoliberal thinking. I think this is what Elon Musk was saying for a long time too, that he just wants to bring the production back because first of all it's about the welfare of the society, and second of all it's about our security that COVID showed is necessary to take care of, you know, in terms of, I don't know, resources for medical assistance and stuff, but also in terms of, I don't know, production, military production, you know, security as a whole. So I think that there is a big change going on. The question is whether the right-wing parties, especially the extreme right-wing parties, are the ones who have enough capacities to make that happen. Because, you know, nationalism doesn't equal actually the security. It doesn't have to, especially in Europe, for example, because single countries are too weak actually to defend themselves.
By the way, as far as I remember, you've been living in France for a year, and it was Marsilia.
No, it was Bordeaux in the west.
Bordeaux. And did you experience some local problem with immigrants there?
No, I didn't have any problems. The only guy that had problems was a Russian guy because he got super drunk and he slept over on the tram, and then he woke up at 5 a.m. So in the middle of the Bordeaux's outskirts. But I'm really like going off topic right now. But anyways, the guy woke up at 5 a.m. man, without his jacket, without his wallet, without his watch, anything, and he felt really like beaten up. And it turned out that probably he got into a fight with a group of some people living in the outskirts and woke up completely moneyless.
By the way, coming back to crypto, guys, let us know how do you feel about ZK Sync airdrop. Yeah, I know. I think this is a very good meme summarizing the drama. So basically, not everyone expected that Gitcoin passport is going to be so overpowered in terms of the conditions to receive ZK airdrop. I need also to admit that I'm a little bit pissed with the address. Basically, with this distribution, there was one address, by the way, which literally created one single activity on ZK Sync. When I mean one, I really mean one. And he received 17,000 ZK Sync tokens. So, like, people are really upset. people are tagging ZK Sync as a scam, and I need to admit that I'm also pissed. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest, guys, with you. I'm, let's say, having some side job, which I call airdrop farming. So I'm basically employing a couple of guys, participating in those airdrops, and trying to farm them as much as possible. And I'm also out of. I didn't farm too much from the Zikising airdrop, and I think a lot of people who've been farming honestly, they are literally pissed. So I don't care about me. For me, I feel I shouldn't receive because I was trying to exploit the economy and to get as much as possible. But for the normal people doing activity, I'm not surprised that they are upset. I heard about people farming for 12 months and they didn't receive a single token. I see Monos Empire. He's writing that my friend had been farming ZK for 2 years and got nothing. So maybe he should make a single transaction. So this is exactly why we should appreciate GameSwift airdrops because I'm kindly reminding you guys. I'm kindly reminding you guys that literally 3 months ago, we distributed a record-breaking airdrop for GSWIFT stakers. It was the airdrop of Star Heroes token, which crossed $28 million with a lot of address. Like, imagine being in the high tier of GSP. Some of them received 6 digits airdrop just for staking GSWIFT. So that was I didn't plan to promote GameSwift based on ZK drama, but it is what it is. Mm. I see, Kubasku, that you've been not farming, and you looks like you are not aware of the whole drama.
I'm aware of the drama, man. And fortunately, I didn't. I didn't farm too much, to be honest. Now I don't regret anything. But this is also something, that you should appreciate. As you said, as a GameSwift farmer, so to say, and a Star Heroes farmer, people. This is what airdrops are about. Basically, you don't know what you'll get. So in our case, you have some already track record of airdrops that we have provided to people who actively participated in the campaigns on both GameSwift's and Star Heroes side. So then when I hear people complaining like, yeah, you're not revealing all of the details and everything about our airdrops, yeah, but we got our all track record behind us. So that's also your part, guys. If you're taking part in an airdrop campaign, you have to expect anything. And this is ZK Sing, one of the biggest projects in the whole space, and they fucked up. So welcome to.
And to be honest, because I've been also very very stressed because some people have been fighting that we postponed the distribution of the second portion of Star Heroes airdrop, and I totally get it. You might be upset because there is some form of delay. So basically, it is kind of the miscommunication where our Star Heroes marketing team communicated that this airdrop will be distributed after 26th of April, right? And a lot of people have been expecting that it will be on 26th of April, right? So we built the expectation that it would be around this time. At the same time, there was some communication that the second portion would be connected with the start of the game, and now people are confused why there is still no distribution of this airdrop. So now, when I compare this to the ZK Sync drama or to the previous drama, let's say there was a lot of other. I don't want to show and to mention specific names, but it is pretty clear that most of the recent airdrops were not distributed correctly. So I hope, guys, that you have better understanding for us, having this in mind. Star Heroes distributed a very good airdrop for people battle testing the game in its alpha stage. Now, although there is some delay, I can confirm that the second portion of the airdrop will be distributed, probably on early next week. So stay tuned for the next week. The reason for the delay is that we wanted to give you a special bonus, and this is some alpha leak. So anyone claiming the second portion of Star Heroes airdrop will be able to take advantage of the special bonus. So you can decide upon how much of your airdrop you want to claim on your wallet and how much you want to claim directly to the heroes Duty app. If you are going to claim it to the Heroes Duty app, you shall receive 30% bonus for this, which is a pretty big deal. And in this way, I feel that a lot of distribution, a lot of selling pressure from that source could be aggregated. So, yeah, that's the plan, and I think you can appreciate it. Pan, next time. And by the way, shout out to the new people. I see a lot of new faces. I hope that you're still here. Mommy Gaming. That's a new man. So you can make some jokes around your mommy, Kubasku. Sody Daniels, he's not a new face. Welcome, you made here. We've been even playing Star Heroes together. There are also beauty. Let's go, guys. See, nice to see you. And as far as I see on your profile picture, you are very beautiful woman. So glad to see you here. There's another Chioma Ezeofor. Let us know, guys, where are you from? I'm really curious. We're really happy to find out more about you. And Paul Lan, it is also a new member. So happy, guys, happy to have you here. By the way, we have distributed the airdrop with G-Bucks for the people who've been actively participating in our campaign. Can you, Kubasku, tell something more about that?
Sorry about what again? I was
Okay.
reading the comments right now about the Egyptian mummy.
Egyptian. So I wanted to mention that we successfully distribute the airdrop in GBucks, and I think this distribution has been already done, right? So can you share something more about this airdrop?
Yeah, that's one of the promises that we made back in the time to the top map holders, and it's happened last week. I think, guys, that most of you are happy with it, as I've seen in the comments. So these G-Bucks you can right
Please
now
tell me
use
that
to
you're happy,
upgrade.
guys. Tell me that you're happy,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when I see the FAT, I am always concerned, and that's one of the promise to be delivered. Shout out to you, and thank you for understanding that that we are not fighting the delay of the second portion of Star Heroes airdrop, but it is going to be delivered soon. 20 kg
YOLO
bags.
boy diddlies.
Yeah, he received. Some people, and because I seen some comments of the people who didn't receive the G-Bucks airdrop, it is mostly due to the fact that you didn't connect the wallet. And I don't want to say that we reminded you about that, guys. It's worth to watch our weekly town halls and to keep the track of the Twitter, because we make a special reminder. That was also one of the reason why we postponed the distribution, because we wanted to make sure that everybody connect their wallets. Jigsaw also 15k G-Bucks. Happy that you guys. I hope that it is better than your ZK Singer job. Kubasco stopped after the text about the beautiful profile. Did you find it a cringe that I commented like one of our viewers?
What do you mean?
No. I see Bartek Gliniak is suggesting something in this way. By the way, I want to say something, because I don't like to basically shield other projects, but sometimes it's worth to highlight some great minds and entrepreneurs in the space, and one of them is definitely worth to be highlighted, and his name is Filip Wielanger. He is the CEO of Cookie Free, and we met like quite time ago, back in time in Singapore. I was very like admired of his mindset. We've been both working previously in Deloitte in Big Four, so he's sharing similar know-how, similar approach. He's very professional, and he is launching Cookie Free pretty soon. I see our old friend Ivan Ontech is mentioning this on his Twitter. So I don't want to promote anything. I just want to promote Philip as a great mind, as a great finder. What I can say about him, I can only speak best of him, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Cookie Free, because they are delivering their listing tomorrow. Reenactment of last week's town hall. Lol. What does it mean, Monos Empire? I missed last week Townhall. What happens with G-Bucks? What happened with G-Bucks? Maybe you have lost the life-changing opportunity to be airdrop with G-Bucks airdrop. That's exactly why it's worth to be listening to us. And by the way, today there is a special guest, and we are going to introduce to you a special guest from Citizen Conflict. Kubasku, I'm passing my voice back to you because you have some questions to be asked. Ras Bakala, hello and welcome
Hey
you
guys,
on the show.
can you hear me?
Hello,
Yes, we
Ras.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to be here, guys. Happy to chat. Very interesting topic. Politics, crypto, gaming, scams, and rug pulls. Let's do it.
But by the way, where are you from?
It's all the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing changed. Where are you from, Ras? Where do you
I'm
live
from
on a daily?
Slovakia. So we are very close to each other from Poland.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting because, as far as I remember, recently your prime minister, or it was, it was your prime minister to be shot with the gun by one of the
Yeah,
citizens.
Prime
right?
Minister, you are too much into politicians. I hate it. I don't even watching the TV and news from the politicians' perspective.
You
I
see,
have like
I know more
my
about
full, yeah,
Slovakia
my full focus
politics.
is on family and gaming, so no time
Okay,
for bullshit. But
no,
yeah, you are right.
but do you live in Slovakia on a daily
Yeah,
basis?
we are between like Slovakia and Dubai.
Okay, and speaking of Slovakia, it is rather near to Bratislava or somewhere.
Directly to Bratislava, yes.
Okay, okay. I need to admit that I've spent a lot of time in Slovakia since I've been living in. I was born in Nowy Sącz. It's like 40 kilometers from Slovakia border, so I really liked to spend time in Slovakia. Also, take advantage of your previous currency, which was probably Corona. It was much
Yeah.
cheaper that time in Slovakia than it is now with euro. But yeah, that's a side story. But we are here not to discuss about politics. You are representing citizen conflicts. Let's be honest, this game looks really great, and is probably similar to the other popular esports titles. We like esports on within GameSwift ecosystem. We are working on Star Heroes as well, which is esports title. So we are definitely bullish for this genre. And if I could ask you, what is basically the biggest differentiator? Basically, what is making your product, your game special?
I will just add that I'm not just represent Citizen Conflict, I represent the whole gaming studio Corpo, and we are not just building Citizen Conflict, but we also building the animate game, which is creature catching extraction shooter game with Pokemons like monsters. So definitely suggest to also check it out, the animate. And basically for the Citizen Conflict, like we came out from the gaming industry and core gamers and teams came from Arma, which was like built by Bohemia Interactive in the Czech Republic. So many people with working and Slovakia developers working between Madfingers, Bohemia Interactive, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and so and so. So basically, we came from the industry from Arma. Of course, I'm the kids of the 90s, so I grew up on Counter Strike. And Pokemons, for me, the Pokemons was like most famous and most favorite games ever. And we started with Citizen Conflict, working on Citizen Conflict because of experience on the Arma. And we main difference, like let's say compared to other esports like Apex and others, the game is still in the alpha. We are not satisfied at all. Like that will be huge upgrade for the beta release. There will be better royale game mode. There will be search and destroy, new animation system, new NPCs, and all the stuff. So we basically just starting, and we try to have like public access and iteration with our community as much as possible. So we want to make directions and find the right direction for the game, about the movement, about the speed game, abilities, weapons, and all the stuff. So I will say that current state is good alpha, but there is much more to come in the beta, which will be coming in the quarter 3. We will be releasing it also on the Steam. And let's say main goal for me, I'm a huge fan of the esports. As I say, my favorite game Apex, Halo, and Counter Strike for the genre. And I would say that biggest problem in esports for the casual gamers, as I, is that competitive aspect. And we try to bring, and that's something we will be adding. And we also already added a special event into the games, because majority of the professional gamers, you play the game, and if you have really, it's skill game. It's skill game or it's bots game, I will say. And basically, when you have the skill games type game, the casual gamers, especially in the Web3, has no chance to win the game. So for me, the biggest challenge is to bring some kind of events, special events, and action which can affect the gameplay and make like unpredictable results during the fight. So basically, we start with half gravity events, airstrike, and different stuff of that you can apply the grass so you can hide yourself and so and so. So we try to do a lot of different stuff inside the game. And for the Battle Royale game mode, I will say that main difference compared to other Battle Royale game modes is that it's not just PvP, it's PvP versus environment. So there is different NPCs, and these NPCs will be affecting the real-time gameplay. So basically, you play the Battle Royale as you are used to. You go to the side mission, and if you successfully complete the side mission, this mission will impact the real-time gameplay. They will start the tornado. They will start different type of the weathers, and you, as a successful commander of this mission, you can basically apply these events on the map. So that's something like I would say is very unique. And as I said, we have also the second IP, which is the Animate. We will be releasing.
By the way, sorry, Ras, for interrupting you, but our committee feels like hearing about the sex while not having it. So it is exactly how we can hear you. So we can hear a lot of good things about your game, but since we cannot see it, it is that would make our experience much more better. So, is there any place where we can basically see the gameplay? So I could basically share my screen.
It's in the pin message. Yeah, it's in the pin message on the Citizen Conflict Twitter. That's for the first. And the game is free to play on the Epic Store. So just go on the Epic Store, download. You don't need any bullshit wallet, any NFTs, nothing. You just download and play and enjoy the alpha test. And basically, our mission and vision is really like blockchain agnostic. Our games can work without any blockchain. But at the same time, you can use Corpo platform and mint any asset out of the game as an NFT. So basically, you can share some work in progress.
So guys, now you can see the gameplay. It looks like really fun and competitive. Definitely, it's very dynamic, and we need more of first-person shooters in the Web3. As that's why I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for you. At the same time, I see that Mami Gaming is a very big fan of you. He's commenting that Corpo goes to the moon. Hi-Raz, Animate is gonna be on fire. Citizen upcoming update is gonna be a great hit. I believe in Corpo. We keep building. So I don't know how much you pay. to
I don't know where to check it out. I'm just like on this streaming platform, so I have to check it out. Yeah, great. No, like it's still alpha. Like I think that there is still way to go for us compared to where we want to be. We have also this Townhall, and there is like every month new update for the game, and basically our main vision is really focusing on the game itself. Maybe when the narrative is kind of switched to the meme coins and play to earn is back. People are crazy. That's
And by the way, speaking of play to earn, Ras, what do you think? Because you are using the terms that you are utilizing earning by playing. What do you mean by this? And basically, what's your vision around play to earn?
That's like two definition. Like play to earn, like really we can see with Axie Infinity and really just like kind of let's say gamify version of DeFi when people trading and sending the asset because like they just really came to the game because of the money and monetary value extract out of the game. And then it's like really value by playing the game and getting rare asset out of the game, which you can really mint as an NFT and you can sell it and so on. So it's basically also the play to earn, but it's sustainable way. It's like our vision is like standard Web2 way for gamers. You have an account progression where you're unlocking the asset. You have a battle pass where you're unlocking the asset, and you can just mint this asset as an NFT and you can sell it. But other than that, we try to kind of educate users for minting this digital asset into NFT, because when they decide to mint it as an NFT, their royalty address is implemented in that asset. So basically, they're paying the gas fee for minting digital asset into NFT, but they have this benefit for royalty receiver forever. So especially for the Animate, where we are building the Pokemon type of the game with crazy creatures, imagine that you really save unique creature and you want to mint it because you want to have forever royalty out of this asset. So you mint it, you sell it on the marketplace. Once you get money, but forever you got lifetime income from the royalty. So that's our version of earning into the gaming, into the crypto gaming.
Okay, that sounds really cool. Kubasku, what do you think about it? And maybe you have some questions to our special guest.
Yeah, sure. A couple of them. I heard that you got the Battle Royale mode, man, in the game. Why did you decide to make it? This is kind of unusual.
I mean, not that unusual. That like Fortnite is very good example. I would say that Fortnite is very great example, like how to do like social five battle royale game modes. They came out from zombie to battle royale to become really hit. Nobody, maybe not everybody know that Fortnite was first zombie type of the games. They really evolve crazy, and now they become the battle royale. And for me, the we have various game modes. That's for what we have all the iteration for Alpha 1, 2, 3. Now we are in the fifth iteration of the Alpha. We came with different game mode like Team Deathmatch, Conquest, now the Battle Royale adding, and we will be adding also Search and Destroy. We want to see community, and we want to build a community focusing on esports, focusing on tournaments where they can really compete against each other and find what they like. And as I mentioned, that Battle Royale, like there is a lot of battle royales coming out, especially for example, Off the Grid can be really the big one recently. And I will say that we working on something what Off the Grid is building now. With you have the PvP, but also with the side mission in the game, which is very cool. I like this idea. It's very cool, and I think that this is something which can bring new dynamics to the boring battle royale game modes where you are just exploring, then you get killed, then you get again to the queue, and again and again. So that's for the citizen conflict. And for the animate, we got like extraction shooter mechanic. So it's more high stake because for these collectible parts. So you came to the island, you got limited time there, you try to save the creatures called animate, you try to catch and save craft the resources, and you are finding your way home. And if you find your way home, you can basically save and have all your loot there, also the animates, and then you can mint it, you can trade it, and so and so. So that's why various game modes.
Okay, because I was thinking, Pan, maybe we should introduce the Battle Royale mode into Star Heroes. Imagine this.
Yeah, that would be really
I was
interesting.
just imagining those thousands of players just fighting against each other in one big mode. Yeah, but it's cool to see.
For me, MMO shooters are very cool. That's like original visions, like how we want to evolve with citizen conflict is like PlanetSide. Not sure if you are familiar with the PlanetSide. PlanetSide 2 is like MMO shooter. You got like whole persistent world with the fractions, and every time you just came for the big map and you try to compete and conquest separate region. And basically it's very good because you have let's say the leaderboards, and where you can really, if you are not regular gamers, you came every day, you have literally no chance to win something in the leaderboard base of the prize pools. But when you have, let's say, I would say this kind of MMOs where you have persistent world, where you have fractions, you can join your fractions per month, and if you are part of the winning fractions, you can get a portion of the rewards and distribution. So of course, the MMO and persistent worlds and having running servers and everything is the final step for any studios. I see that many projects here are claiming doing the MMOs, but I will guess that they are far away to make these infrastructures for that. And that's kind of like vision with citizen conflict from the battle royale perspective, and then maybe to do like persistent one big world with people fighting against each other.
Got it. So you mentioned fractions as a way of competing within the ecosystem. So actually, I wanted to ask you about the lore. This is a part that's usually kind of skipped, especially in Web3 gaming. So do you have some nice lore?
You definitely have to check our book we create for the magazine for the citizen conflict. There's like 6 episodes, and we also create the whole TV show for the Animate. I just came from the Geneva. We was like pitching on the movie festival in Geneva for Animate, and I brings and create crazy lore for Animate and kids and everything there. The reason why we came from 2 different visual style, and especially with Animate, which is creature catching, it's first PvP games like that, because majority of the creature catching games like Pokemon's Illuvium, Palworld, they're doing single player or maximum co-op. We are doing pure PvP, and we came with the deep storyline. And my vision with the game is really broader audience from 7-8 years older to 35, because I'm kids of 90. I'm 35 years old, 34. I grew up from Pokemon brand and IP, so I got kind of nostalgia for Pokemon type of the games. But at the same time, my kids, I have like 5 and 4-year-old kids, they are growing and start to be, excited about Pokemons and creatures. So I think that for the anime, we put a crazy deep storyline and lore, and I believe that that's much more important for us as a shooting game. In Citizen Conflict, we came with 6 episodes, what the world is like that and all the stuff. But to be honest, like Citizen Conflict shooter games, I don't even know what Valorant lore is or Counter-Strike lore is. It's kind of different, but we came with how the story, why the story is. And so, of course, Valorant have the Arcane show on Netflix. And so that is masterpiece. But other than that, I didn't have a clue about the story, So I will say that from shooting perspective, it's much more important gameplay and gunplay. And with the Pokemon, we got very deep storyline.
Yeah, true. That I can also see in the comments. Would you agree with this description that it sounds like a combination of Illuvium and Off the Grid in one?
What Pokemon? The anime, you mean?
Yeah, I think the Citizens Conflict.
Citizen Conflict,
or maybe anime. Or like it's hard to say what our viewers have been meant like in this.
Illuvium is completely sci-fi, targeting for how like older audience. You can see art style, the gameplay. Like, what is the gameplay? Auto battler, and this gaming genre. What is gaming genre? They have like open world where it's like nothing to do. It's not even the single player. And now recently they announced that they maybe will be doing battle royale. We came with like 2 years ago with animated idea. We're working on the extraction shooter from very beginning. We have our niche. We are building proper PvP game mechanics and games, which is completely different. And also we are not shooting to Pokemons like Palworld or even now Illuvium. We are saving them. And they are definitely in the 2 weeks, there will be our storyline trailer. Game will be live. And everybody can see the gameplay and they will see what we are building.
Perfect. I think we have a perfect understanding. Maybe I would like to finish with some entertainment. So since you are from Slovakia, do you watch football?
Yeah, man. Of course, I'm ex-professional footballer.
Oh, that's super interesting. So I want to ask you, Russ, how do you envision Slovakia in the European Championship? Do you think that we are able to beat Romania, Belgium, and Ukraine to make it to the at least second place?
Because it's recorded, I said yes. But because I'm a huge fan of the football players and English league, especially the Chelsea is my favorite club here in Spain. But I will say that we will be glad that if you get like 1 point.
Oh, really? But is it that bad? Because let's be honest, you probably don't stand a chance with Belgium, but Romania and Ukraine are within your reach, right?
Yeah, I would say yes, but I'm not a fan too much of the local and national team here because the reputation and everything they did here, they are not such a professional. I would say I'm a huge fan of Ukraine as well. The Mudryk is Chelsea player, so I would say that I will go for Ukraine and Belgium go through, and Slovakia on the 3rd place.
Okay. By the way, a fun fact is that Poland is going to play. Providing that we are going to advance from our group of death with someone from your group. So there's a small chance that Poland is going to face Slovakia in 1/8 of those European Championships. And I'm wishing this for you and for us. Russ, thank you for today's attendance. I think this might be not the last time, but only the beginning of our cooperation. Happy to have you on our show, and let's keep cooking because what you are telling us sounds really amazing.
Yeah, have a nice day, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot, Russ. Dziękuję. And actually, we should have finished this by saying that Citizen Conflict right now has started the modular saga with GameSwift. So guys, you can join it right now, fulfill tasks. Everything is on our Twitter profile, the GameSwift's one. And The rewards are coming. So LFG.
Yes, we will see, because we try to reward people participating in our campaigns. We even had a voting that participants of one of our campaigns might be rewarded with layer 0 airdrop. But now, since there is some negative sentiment around airdrops, I started to be afraid that maybe there will be also fat around layer 0 airdrop, and maybe we'll receive $100 and we'll split it between you guys. So you will receive like $1 per wallet.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be better.
Or one lucky winner, man.
Yeah,
One lucky winner winning $100 worth.
yeah. In that case, I think it's better to do the voting for this. Okay. Good. So in the meantime, I presented you our modular saga with Citizen Conflict. By the way, we are also streaming on Twitter X right now, and I see that we are having 1,000 viewers here. So it is bullish. Like, we are stupid probably, because we've been streaming this on YouTube this whole time, having like probably 100 viewers under every episode, and now we're crossing 1,000. Guys, you're printing, so thank you for your trust.
But Pan, why partially this is happening too? Because one of the tasks of the modular saga for Citizen Conflict is
to watch us.
The code word.
Okay.
It's actually, it's not even to watch us, but this is not a task, guys. This is pleasure for all of you. The task is to actually find out what the code is, the code word. Actually, to be honest, I don't know myself in what form this code is supposed to be present here.
I don't know.
But okay, but now I do understand. Okay, thanks a lot. I think that, guys, you
okay,
should
so now probably every one of you are going to skip. But Caro said that he came here not for the code, but for the alpha leaks and Habibis. So guys, we have special Habibi for you. We can announce that a very special partnership between GameSwift and one of the leading AI ecosystem is going live. And this is not like the paper, the partnership that, basically we are happy to cooperate together. We don't know what we are doing, but we are doing something bullish for both projects and nobody cares. No, that's not this case. We are going to build GS AI with one of the leading AI ecosystems, one of the biggest OGs in the space, and we'll be more than happy to announce it to the whole world. So stay tuned, guys, because we are cooking something very special to you. I'm also kindly reminding you that the special campaign for GameSwift Modular Blockchain is on the way. So basically, we are planning to provide to you our GameSwift Modular Blockchain. At the end of this week, probably, we are going to reveal the pivot, the name of the project, the name of the ecosystem, which is going to be used, which is basically used by us in this process. I don't want to spoil the fun, but probably people watching our previous episodes could figure it out, that you are pivoting from purple into the red color. You need to connect the dots, and on Friday there will be a special news for you guys. At the same time, I'm reminding you guys that we are planning to connect our blockchain going live, our blockchain mainnet, with a very special campaign. Every one of you will be able to participate in it by executing special tasks prepared for you, and it will be worth to earn those points, because the top participants are going to be airdrop. Yes, another airdrop with 3 nodes of our modular blockchain. Why you want to have the node of GameSwift modular blockchain? Because you are going to secure all DApp specific chains within GameSwift modular ecosystem. So you see Star Heroes on the t-shirt of Kubasco. Star Heroes is going to become its own blockchain built upon GameSwift modular technology, and those nodes are going to secure every single DApp specific chain like Star Heroes, in reward, in exchange, they shall receive the staking rewards in those projects tokens. So it is a big thing, and this the perfect reason to participate in this campaign. Stay tuned for this. Another reminder, and maybe I should do it every single episode because there are newcomers. Basically, please remember that you can watch and visit our community page, which is GSWIFT.community. Here is where you can see our treasury. Recently, it has been added to the DeFi Llama, so we got it. And the game plan for this treasury is to distribute it back to GSWIFT stakers. As you can see, there are more and more projects joining this treasury. A new one is going to
We
be
can't see
announced.
anything, by the way. If you're showing something, then we can't see that.
I think you should see it, but it is Sekal, our operator, to visualize
Sekal,
that. Yeah. So we are growing our treasury. We try to basically provide as much value locked into the protocol as possible and redistribute it back to our stakers in the form of tasty APY. So that's another reason why it's worth to watch our weekly episodes. And by the way, I think, guys, that since we try to update you on a weekly basis, but I hope that you don't mind that we are also going to feature some crypto news from the space like today. I think it is so much in the space to be happening. We also, since we are on the second side of this universe, we have and aggregate a lot of insiders informations from the other projects building. So we are happy to share it to you. And I hope that you are going to appreciate that.
Yeah, I just entered Twitter and I saw ourselves speaking in the spaces, which is kind of funny. And I saw myself like scratching my my head like that.
You look really smart, but it's also funny because I've been also watching this, and Ras was in the middle, and he looks like very tall comparing to us. He was like this height, and we've been this height. And so even that we are sitting, he's still very tall.
We're like dwarfs. JR is asking, where is my art? Today I decided to take it down to make it look a little bit cleaner, because there's always this reflection, and the more sun there is outside, the more of the reflection I feel distracted. And I don't know, if you like my art, I think I should come up with something new, with some art that has to do with GameSwift, actually, with our logo, like boom, 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 boom. It's really doable. Let's do it in a Japanese stylish fashion, and then my art is back. Or maybe I will even draw the fucking GameSwift logo right here on the wall, and then my sister, when she comes back, because it's actually, I'm currently in my sister's, officially sister's flat, then I think that she won't be very happy, to be honest. But let's make her happy with some GameSwift Airdrop. By the way, I had one thought, Pam, because we're starting to avoid the word airdrop. Airdrop, airdrop, airdrop. Maybe this is the last cycle when the word the play to airdrop or do whatever to airdrop strategy is on. But on the other hand, this is a strategy of user acquisition, as we were saying last time. I was just thinking, about this. With the ZK Syncs fuck up. By the way, someone suggested that the word of the code word for today should be the ZK scam. Maybe this is the end of airdrops, man. It's like we had NFTs for the last cycle. This time it was airdrops.
I don't think so, Kuba. Like in my opinion, airdrops are like probably the biggest advantage of the crypto market. In terms of the user acquisition, I think the only hopium of the Web3 gaming is probably the airdrop mechanism, because it looks like gamers, they don't appreciate the full ownership of the in-game assets, the whole economy that you can build around the game itself. They don't care about it. They've been even fudding this, right? So once there is a single game promoting themselves as NFT game, it is immediately backlashed by the Web2 gaming community, while everybody likes airdrops, everybody likes free money. So that's why, in my opinion, it is going to stay. The challenge is basically to make it reasonable, right? To make it sustainable. And I think in Star Heroes recently we did a small post about that, and I think it is. I'm trying to find this post, Kubasku, but basically we wanted to highlight that how Star Heroes is different. Oh yeah, I have this post, guys. Let me share the screen. So yeah, basically the way how Star Heroes envision its go-to-market strategy is to airdrop to onboard everyone into the game. So yeah, we are very generous. We have distributed a very generous airdrop at the beginning of our development. Now there's a final season for the users to be airdrop, and after this season there is no more token inflation. By the way, what makes Star Heroes different is that it is going to become even more deflationary. So basically, the more players are going to play, the more Star Heroes tokens are going to be burned, which means that it's basically the more you play, the more the more tokens are going to be burned, which is, when you think about it, quite the opposite to the current strategy of most Web3 games. Most of Web3 games, they rely on the rule that the more you play, the more tokens are in circulation, right? So that's a very good thing. What's more, this burning does not only come from the, let's say, our war chest pool, which is 1/3 of the whole total supply. That's a very big bargain, guys. But it is also coming from circulation. Here is the Dune analytics of Star deposited to the duty balance. We make a pivotal, we made a remarking event once we crossed 1 million Star tokens to be deposited into the duty. And remember that it is a one-way ticket. Duty app clearly says that whatever you deposit here, it cannot be withdrawn, which means that those tokens shall be probably burned. So this is like not only taking out the tokens, Start Hero tokens from the circulation, but also making the game even more deflationary. So basically, there are a lot of reasons why Star Heroes, even being even facilitating the airdrop, is trying to address those things. Obviously, there is kind of the negative sentiment in the crypto space right now. There is a altcoin bloodbath. There is a lot of bad sentiment around Web3 gaming, but at least I think Star Heroes team can say that they do a lot to avoid this big token inflation, while being generous and fair to the community.
Yeah, there's the question. Jari doesn't understand how the burning stops, actually. Is it a percentage?
So I'm not sure whether I said that it's going to stop. It's actually going to accelerate according to the user activity. So basically, the way I'm gonna show you how is it works. So when it goes to this, so there are basically two ways of making Star Heroes token deflationary, right? The first thing is this Star Heroes duty app, right? So when you go to the Star Heroes, you can go to the duty app, and here you can send your heroes for the mission, right? People doing that, they're depositing Star Hero tokens into this application, into this web application, and whatever they deposit here is going to stay here forever. In this way, we aggregated 1.2 million Star Heroes tokens, which are tokens coming directly from the circulation, right? And this is making Star Heroes token deflation. That's the first source. And you can see the statistics of the Star Heroes token deposited here on Dune Analytics, thanks to Pan Pilot. You can see how many Star Heroes tokens are being deposited there. Another source of deflation comes from this pool, which is locked DAO watches. When you think about it, it's crazy because it's 34% of the whole total supply. So basically, 1/3 of the whole fully diluted valuation will be inevitably burned according to the user activity. So this is right now we are working on a special dashboard where very transparently you will be able to see how many games have been played every single week around Star Heroes. And depending on this number of how many games have been played, we are going to do a proportional burning of Star Heroes tokens coming from this locked DAO watches. So instead of distributing those tokens and basically bashing token investors, diluting the total supply, we're actually limiting it, relying on those two sources. This one comes from the basically, I mean, this play to burn comes from the total supply, while Heroes Duty Up comes directly from the circulation. Now I think we can be back to our God Candle loading. Arnoman, like I need to admit that I am very, very pissed. There is someone clearly acting against us because I've been watching the trading on 10th of June and we've been going sideways for quite a while, then pumping up to 34 cents. And here there was like some, I don't know whether it was some internal exchange market maker or someone else started to go market selling. And I have analyzed it. I'm sure that this is nobody from the investors, nobody from the team, nobody from our market makers. This is some inside job. It's pretty bad, but probably this man has done it in order to buy it back cheaper. So somebody is bullish on Star Heroes token, wants to buy it cheaper and wants to drag down the price. It's not financial advice, it's my personal observation. But what we can do about it? We are waiting for the God Candle, and let's hope that our lovely crypto market is going to help us. As you can see today, Bitcoin seems to be reviving, but it is like, when you think about it, man, it's quite tough to be right now in the crypto space. We are going sideways from March. The market clearly is accumulating before the next movement. Whether it goes down or up is yet to be, maybe not announced, but it's yet to be observed. I see some conspiracy theory that I don't want to even to translate this to English because we might be shadow banned.
There are conspiracy theories as to who's responsible for this anti-trading, let's call it so.
Rothschild family.
Yeah, guys, but we've been following this, and this is really abnormal. You know, this is not something normal that happens, that you got a pump and a dump right back down every single time there's a pump in standard market conditions. Like,
by the way, speaking of bullish news, it looks like the biggest commercial bank of China is bullish about the Bitcoin, and they try to create, and that's something that I've been thinking about, Kuba, because I for this whole time, because it is pretty clear that we are entering some form of the Cold War between US and China, right? It is going to be probably similar to the Cold War between US and Russia. And now it's focusing basically not on the, let's say, military side, but rather on the economic side. And it is one of the reasons why gold has been pumping so much. It is one of the reasons why Chinese government have been dumping US treasury bonds. And I've been thinking, how about Bitcoin? What China is going to do with Bitcoin? Because from one point of view, you might think that supporting Bitcoin might be good for US, because as far as I remember, US is one of the biggest institutional owner of Bitcoins. it doesn't mean that U.S. government has been purchasing, like Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin, but it is basically from the criminal activity. So whatever CAA, FBI, and the other IRS agency have detained, it is like accumulated by the U.S. Treasury. But at the same time, we might think that since Bitcoin is denominated into the US dollar, it is strengthening the utility of US dollar, right? Because when you think about our petrodollar, so United States did a lot to make transactions from petrol in US dollar, right? That was part of the agreement with Saudi Arabia, which is by the way coming to the end soon. So we'll see whether it's going to be prolonged or not. But it was creating a massive utility for US dollar. Now, when you think about it, crypto, especially including Bitcoin, is creating another utility for US dollar, because it is all traded in USD, right? But at the same time, and that's what the author of this tweet is trying to highlight, it might be actually not good to promoting Bitcoin too much, since basically it is some form of alternative to the US dollar. Some people might treat Bitcoin as a real alternative to USD. They might want to keep it. And maybe that's why Chinese are trying to create the narrative that Bitcoin has unique cross-border transfer and payment functions, that Bitcoin may benefit from the end of USD rate cycle and the debt crisis in marginal countries. Bitcoin retains the scarcity similar to gold through mathematical consensus. That's pretty interesting. And I'm really curious, Kubasku, what's your take on that?
These are difficult questions, man.
Because I presented you two opposite arguments, right? There are some arguments showing that it is bullish for US dollar to be supporting Bitcoin, but it's also kind of bearish. So I'm really curious. And by the way, let us know also in the comment section.
I have one question in mind. If it's possible actually to replace the stables, the USD stables, into like yuan stables.
Obviously,
that could be
like you can trade, but China is able to issue their own stablecoin, because you can trade Bitcoin with every single currency. It could be traded into other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum or Solana. It could be traded in euro, US dollar. The fact is that right now it is mostly traded into the USDT and the USDC, right? But this might be subject to change. Maybe that's the game plan of China to play for Bitcoin to be transactional against Chinese yuan as well in the future. That would be freaking bullish.
Yeah, and I think that might be one of the ideas of the Chinese government right now, because what makes dollar like the basis for the Bitcoin performance right now, like management in general, is the fact that dollar is the world currency still, and as long as it's tied with the imports, exports, and the trade on the crude oils and resources. Vito is calling me, by the way.
Maybe he wants to show something.
Yeah, it will stay like that, but that's very interesting. We're seeing two blocks being created, like multipolar world with two main blocks, like epicenters of the economies, and Bitcoin actually is like the interconnector of both. So we have like three scenarios. Either it stays mostly the Western thing, or this is like the common ground for both blocks actually to cooperate, or one of these blocks will take it into its advantage. So the third option is China. There are so many factors that can influence that, especially the role of dollar right now, that I don't know, and I think that they don't know either. So they are just checking the ground on the Chinese part, at least.
Yeah, that's true. I think that like Chinese government, they still are not sure what to do, and it was exactly the same with US. Like For example, U.S. government has been very hesitant to regulate crypto for quite a while, and I think mostly due to the presidential elections, they did something about that, because they treat this as voters, right? That basically that's why Trump is supporting crypto. Maybe that's why the SEC approved Ethereum ETF, because they are probably trying to earn the votes. But until this time, they've been very skeptical, very hesitant to regulate and to do anything with crypto, because it could be really hard to stop, right? It could be really hard to stop once it accelerates. It might be a real alternative to the other, to the US dollar, to the gold. So that's why they are very careful. But it looks like everyone is joining Bitcoin. And it looks like everyone is trying to pivot into the support rather than buying Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, and from the American perspective, we could also take a step back and look at it from the economy point of view. And then you're asking yourself, what is more beneficial to the economy? Just letting this technology to really develop and not stopping one branch of the tech development from skyrocketing, so, or at least giving a chance. Or actually, it's more profitable to keep this alternative world currency small and little, as you said before. And on the other hand, you have China, and they are also afraid, man, of the currency where you cannot actually control it fully, unless they come up with ways of really putting the Bitcoin traders under control. I don't know, but it's also like playing with fire on their side.
Yeah, some people say like Jerry that they are actually trying to take over the control by introducing ETFs, right? That this might be the true, but I'm also like not sure about that statement, because okay, like it's true, BlackRock is going to be probably the major institutional holder or of Bitcoin, but at the end of the day, they are representing their clients, and they are just providing custody for this investment asset, while everyone might withdraw it, might control it. So I'm not sure whether they are controlling it. Probably they might affect the hash rate, but I'm not sure about this control. Speaking of the other ecosystem projects, I have a small alpha from Doginhood team that they are going to release their Telegram game pretty soon. By the way, it's pretty crazy timing when you think about Doginhood, because first Doginhood released a Robin Hood motif game just literally before Vitalik tweeted about the fact that he's basically bullish about meme coins based on the Robin Hood games motif. Then at the same time, they've been also kind of one of the pioneers of building a mobile game on Telegram, and now it looks like Notcoin is printing new all-time highs. They are experiencing a very, very bullish price action. They are somewhere around $2 billion market cap. And it looks like it is another trend that Doginhood front run and expected. So starting probably from next week, they are going to release their own Telegram game. It was something planned and announced from the very beginning. If you scroll down their Twitter, and they are like in a very real position to basically build the narrative of some kind of Notcoin 2.0, right? Especially that they have a very funny vibe. It's pretty original. Most of those games are clicker indeed, right? There's no doubt about it. But what is very special about Doginhood is that they are featuring the faces of famous, let's say, representatives of crypto space. So here on the space, it is Sam Dogman freed. There is also Dogquan, as far as I am concerned. So it might go really viral. We are trying to incubate and support them within GameSwift ecosystem. So stay tuned and don't miss the launch of their game, probably next week.
Yeah, man. We're also 13 past 7 right now, so I think we could slowly come to an end. However, there's a question about your take on the XRP.
No, please. I don't want to comment on that. When I've been living in Portugal, one of the waiter has been shilling me XRP that this is the future of finance, and I am like, no, I'm not very bullish about XRP. It's kind of the meme for me. However, I need to admit that once I joined the crypto space, XRP was one of the. I need to admit that I was thinking that since XRP is for 20 cents, it's a better buy than Bitcoin because it's cheaper. Obviously, after like 5 minutes of more research, I understood that there is a difference between Bitcoin and XRP due to the market cap. For me, the future of finance is Chainlink. I am in Link Marines army, but that's obviously not financial advice.
Yeah, still you managed to.
Oh, by the way, it looks like Terraform Labs agrees to pay $4.4 billion in SEC case. That's crazy. So they are sitting on $4.4 billion?
I thought it was a joke, man.
Let me check. Maybe Piotr Goshetsky is joking, but maybe that's true. If it's a joke, you're a master. Okay. I think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. But you got me. You got me.
You didn't get me though. I just thought, fuck it.
I thought, wow, so they scammed us so much that they are sitting on $4 billion. That would be crazy. Yeah, shout out to GameSwift Army, guys. Thank you for attending this record-breaking stream. I need to admit that it's really hard for me to finish this stream because since there are so many of you here on YouTube and especially on Twitter X, it's kind of the pity that we need to finish this. But guys, we hope that you share our vibe, you share our energy, and that you will come up next week. I will be streaming right from Portugal because I want to make a small break, a small holiday starting from this Friday. So probably I will be not able to play with you on Star Heroes server. By the way, there's one guy who is like controlling every single move of me, and he's basically tweeting about me playing or not playing Star Heroes. And when I took a break on Sunday and I didn't play a single game, he tweeted, Pan Paragraf probably have been busy on Sunday and he didn't play any single game. But then, since I was also busy on Monday and I didn't play Star Heroes that day, he said, there is something awkward happening. Pan Paragraf didn't play 2 days in a row. Something wrong is happening. So guys, to be clear, there is nothing wrong to be happening. I was literally Sunday. I just wanted to spend my time with my family. It's the way how I try to give it back to them. Monday, I was literally busy. Monday is always the most hard day in the week. But I'm going to be back on server until Friday when I start my small holiday. So yeah, what can I say, guys? If you have any questions, you can leave them under my tweet, and see you next week.
Yeah, just one more thing, man. The GameSwift Ambassadors program is on. We have actually extended the deadline for the applications until the 14th of June, guys. So there is over $11,000 in monthly rewards. We also introduced the role of lead ambassadors for those of you who are the most active, so they will get their fixed salaries. This is a great chance, I think, and it already proved to be super successful to be part of this program, because on the one hand, we get into the world as GameSwift and the ecosystem right now with the launch of the mainnet coming soon. This is a very important moment to be on the, do we say in English, on the mouth of the people? Sure. On the other hand, guys, this is a great opportunity for you, because as you might have seen, we are sharing the content from our top ambassadors every week. We promote you, we give you put you in the highlights. So yeah, let's do this together. And you can check out the details in this tweet on the GameSwift Twitter profile. Thanks for this. One last time, Sekel, please display this code word to Zilly, so that nobody. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh yeah, thank you. And maybe I will finish with the joke, because our special guest today was from Slovakia. Although I tried to play with Google Translated with not Slovakian but with Czech language, and there's a very funny translation of wise woman, which is chytre divki. Thank you for today. Let's stay tuned for the next episode. See you next week.
I would say yo mama, Pan.
I would say fuck you. Thank you guys.